Hi guys, and welcome to another video from Stupid is the Norm, the channel where we demonstrate how to become a millionaire in 10 years whilst earning only minimum wage. And in this video I want to discuss with you why it is that failing is good. Would you agree that life being what it is, you're not going to succeed every time, you're not going to get it right every time, and that occasionally, more often than not, you're going to fail because, well, that's life. You're going to fail more times than you succeed. So I'm not saying you should look forward to it or enjoy the episode, but you have to accept that it's going to happen. I think you also have to accept that if you're doing something for the very first time, you're not going to do it like a pro. In fact, the most reasonable expectation is you're going to suck at it and you're going to fail at it. It's only reasonable. In truth, the only way you're going to avoid failure is not to try something new. And if you're not trying something new, that means you're not growing. So if you want to grow, you have to be prepared to fail. In fact, if you're not failing, you're not even trying. The most successful people in the world are the biggest failures. I say failures, not failures. And that's because they appreciate that when they fail, they learn from it and they adapt and then make the process better. So they understand that failing is just part of the process, and that if they want to grow, if they want to succeed, then they have to fail. They have to fail, and they just accept that. Successful people get used to failing because, as I said, they know it's part of the process and they have to fail many times in order to get there. Succeeding is very abnormal. Failing is the norm. Successful people get rewarded because it's so unusual to succeed. Successful people know that they're going to fail lots of times before they succeed. And much of life is like that, even playing board games, for instance. You play a board game, everybody loses except one person. One person is successful. If you look at Monopoly, one person ends up with all the money. But the other 3 or 4 people who are involved don't not play the game because they understand the likelihood is they're going to fail, and they play the game and enjoy it. On a larger scale, I guess, you look at Elon Musk. Elon Musk's first 2 rockets for SpaceX blew up. They didn't work. He spent billions invested, not even his money. Other people had invested billions. After the second one, he might have said, well, I'm not very good at this. But he didn't. They persevered. They looked at the failures. Why did they fail? Adapted the model. And the third one worked. When he bought Tesla, I listened to an interview recently. When he set up Tesla, he did so with the money he made from when he sold PayPal. And I listened to an interview, and they said, you must have been really, really sure you were gonna win when you set up Tesla because you put so much money, all the money you made from PayPal, you could have just kicked back and relaxed the rest of your life, but you put it all into this Tesla. You must have been absolutely certain that you were going to succeed. And he said, no, he says, in fact, I was absolutely sure we were going to fail. And the interviewer said, well, why did you do it? He says, well, I thought it was a noble enough cause to be worth failing for. But deep down, you know this. I bet if you have children, if you're lucky enough to have children or grandchildren, and you're teaching them to walk, and when they've stumbled and fell over, you didn't say, oh, you're clearly not made up for walking. Just don't bother and shuffle around on your arse for the rest of your life because you're clearly not made up for this sort of nonsense. Just shuffle along. You didn't say that. You just picked them up, dusted their hands down and said, go on, try again. You encourage them. But so many people don't do this to themselves. They just either give up when they fail or they don't even try because they're frightened of failing. So know that if there's something you want that you don't have, you're going to have to do something different. And you have to appreciate that you're going to suck at it. But when you suck at it, you fail, and then you learn, and then you fail, and then you learn, then you fail, and you learn, and then you succeed. Understand that failing is just part of the process. Do it today. Get out there, do something different, grow and be special. Don't be stupid and don't be normal.